Hey everyone, and welcome to Levant Vibes. I'm your host, Ola Diab. Levant Vibes is a place where we explore the stories, the culture, and the courage of people with connection to the Levant region. And today's episode is a feast for the soul and the senses because I'm joined by Racha. Racha is a Syrian cook who turned her passion into purpose with no formal training, just heart heritage and a whole lot of flavor. From starting over in Australia to building a thriving catering business, Russia's journey is full of grit, flavor, of course, and surprising twists. She's been featured on SBS Food and served hundreds with her signature Syrian dishes. And to me, she is more than a cook. She's a cultural force and a storyteller who brings Syria to life with every dish and bite she serves. So, if you love food, crave stories about courage, immigration, and starting over, or you just want to hear a conversation that feels like home, that's the one for you. So, gravity, settle in, and let's get into it. Oh, hold on. Let's subscribe first, but then let's get into it. Hey Resha, how are you going?
Good, how are you?
First time I met you, you brought your tea with you, or I remember you made your tea and it was at a friend's place. Who does that? Tell me, what's the story behind the tea?
Oh my God. So it's funny because my friends used to only drink tea from my hands because I love the loose tea. And when I make it, there is like certain steps I need to do them before we drink the perfect tea. So we start by boiling the leaves and then add the sugar first to the water, then boil the leaf for a little bit and then put them in a big pot and start to give to all my friends. So yeah, I think we enjoy this part because these things remind us from about Syria. And we used to boil this golden pot, the small one. Yes, we used to do the tea with it. My grandma used to do it and put tea for everyone on the table.
Do you put any spices in it?
Sometimes we put cardamom, sometimes we put cinnamon, but if we are not eating. If we are eating, there is nothing, only the sugar and the tea. Yeah.
You know what? I remember the tea was very delicious, and I grew up in a family that loves tea so much, and we used to drink it with sage. And now I drink it with more with cardamom. And I was like, oh, another like tea snob. So I love it. Both of us migrated to Australia many, many years ago. And for me, the journey was quite hard. I felt like I was taken out of my roots,
Yeah.
leaving everyone and everything I knew behind me. How was the journey moving to Australia and migrating to Australia was for you?
Mm. I think it was the same. It was hard because it happened suddenly. My husband got an offer for a job in 2013, and we were living at that time in Dubai. So we were thinking, because of the war in Syria, what's happening. It was a great opportunity for us to move and start new life, especially because the kids were young. My husband left 6 months before I leave, and during this time for me it was hard because I was preparing and packing. My sisters were living in Dubai, and my parents used to come all the time and visit, and every time at that time I was crying every day because I don't want to leave. It was hard to leave the family, and especially when you think that you are going to Australia. It's very far away. um, but at the end we have to do what we have to do.
When I came here, I think it just was like, oh my gosh. I remember like back home, you have so many people that you can rely on. You can pick up the phone and they can help you. And now I only have my husband. So that was so
Whoa.
daunting to can't rely on anyone, right? Like, and I remember my husband telling me, make sure to remember my phone number, memorize it, because if you lose your phone, you don't have anybody. And that was like, oh my God, like it's huge. If anyone listening to us and they're going through this process or they're planning on
Yeah.
moving, what would you say the main thing that they should do to help them through this process?
Mm. I think I was going through the same as you, but the thing that helped me is accepting. that I am moving and I need to start a new life. It was hard, but I was trying to adapt, and this was very important. My husband, for a while, he was skeptical. Are we going to stay? What do you think? We regret this. Let's go back. And then I told him, no, we have to stay. We took this decision and we spent some money to come here. So let's give it a try. And trying to find a community, which was at the beginning was very hard. But when you try to accept and look for potentials here and try to see what things do you have and then start building on this thing that you have, it will be, I think, more easier for you. And the city was beautiful. Everything around you, Sydney is very beautiful. So whenever I looked anywhere, I was like stunned by the nature. So this helped me because it reminds me of Syria and the cities around Damascus, like Latakia, or the mountains or the views. So this I think helped me also.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think not having a plan B is a good thing. So for us, we never had a plan B because there is no place to go back to. So my plan is to make it work. That helps a lot. And just to try to make a living and integrate, I think that's the best advice. It's a beautiful country. I think once you just enjoy it and become
Yeah.
part of it, it's a beautiful country. And for me, after I had my kids, I felt more and more I'm part of it. And I can call myself Australian as well, which is absolutely beautiful. You didn't study to become a chef, but you are a chef. And you've been featured on the TV on the SBS. And you've run a lot of events. And I feel you're ambassador when it comes to Syrian food. So, how did you end up doing what you're doing?
When I came, I lived in an area which there was no Middle Eastern people, no Syrian people at all. So one of my neighbors told me they do a fundraising event every year, Moon Festival, and they do a food stalls. Do you want to do something for the school, help the community? I told her, okay. And I started to think, what can I cook for people who doesn't know anything about Syrian food? Because at that time, I realized that there is no one at all known for cooking Syrian food or selling Syrian food. It was not so popular at this time. It's like there is Middle Eastern, there is Lebanese, but there is no Syrian food. So it was hard to decide what dish I want to do because I don't want to do the regular food. So I every couple of days I take a dish to the school
Oh,
and try
wow.
to give some testing for the teachers to what do you think? Do you think people like it? Because our food has lots of lemon, garlic, onions, so I was not sure that they are going to like it. Yeah.
And then after that, so you started cooking for the school.
Yes, so I did the fundraising and the teachers loved the food, the principal especially. And then he told me, do you want to cook some meals for the teachers? You can send me the menu, do one vegetarian and one with meat, and then I'll send it to them. They can order and I can send you the orders. And I was so happy. It was only maybe 20, 25 teachers who used to order every week, and my son Time was very young at this age. He was 2, so he has his stroller. So I used to put the food in the stroller and take it to the school and deliver it to the teachers. And then they asked me to do the term gatherings for them, like 4 terms. I was doing a buffet, like a Syrian food with all the things that we eat in the morning. And I just wanted to do something and share my culture and story and food with people and to see something different from the Syrian people, especially at this time of war. And I had so many things in mind. It was not only about the food and the catering, but I love food, and this is how I connected with people.
Fantastic.
And I did the first biggest event with the Northern Beaches schools. So it was for all the teachers at this area. We did a buffet, and at that time, I had a business partner.
How many people did you have at that event?
150.
Oh, wow. That was
This
like one of the biggest
it
events.
is. It was so big because at that time, I I was working by myself, and when I had this offer from the school, chef was our friend from the family. So I asked him, "Do you want to be my partner? We can do 50-50, and then we can cook together. What do you think?" And then, okay, let's have some fun. And It was like this. I never thought that it's going to be, I'm going to be here today. It was a different story, but it still carries the same things that I wanted to share from the beginning, but it's now growing bigger and bigger.
Now you've done so many events. You've been featured in the SBS cooking Syrian food. So, did you ever imagine you will end up here in terms of food and
No,
cooking?
no, at all. I met a food editor from SBS through the organization that I'm working with, and she did interview me in 2020, I think 21. She interviewed me about my journey. I was waiting for SBS Food also to
Mm.
see this article and call me to do an episode with me. It's like you are sending your vibes.
I know, I saw.
Call me,
Yeah,
please call me. Yes,
obvious.
and it happened. And at the time that I wanted this, yes,
Mm.
I was so happy. I was so proud of myself because I came through all this. It was tough time because during COVID we stopped for a while. We didn't do anything, and it was not easy for us to start again. And it was hard again because my business partner
Mm.
decided that he doesn't want to work anymore. So at that time, I was so scared. Do I continue? Do I look for another partner? But then I thought, okay, I'll just do it. And if I can't, I will stop, but I have to try. I can't give up now.
I love it. What a
Yeah.
story about resilience. Like it started with like taking an opportunity that comes your way and then trying to find a partner, like starting a business. Cooking is one passion, but like running a business is another thing and learning how to market for yourself and then going through the whole like COVID
Yes.
adversary and restarting again. I think this is absolutely fantastic. I don't think you're only you share the Syrian food. I think it's more than this. It's like the whole experience about the culture and everything that
Yeah.
comes with it. So
It was important to keep connected to people. You are the face and
mm,
of your product, and hospitality is
mm,
part of this because it's also part of our culture, and just being kind and nice like all my family, so people come back to you for two things. It has to be food and service at the same time. It should be together equal.
absolutely, absolutely. What a story, Resha. But it runs in the family as well, right? Like
Yeah.
cooking and managing businesses. Tell me more
Yes.
about that.
Yeah. So my father is a chef, and we used to live in Saudi Arabia since I was 3 years old till I finished my high school. And he started in a small shop with falafel and some fresh juice. And then
Mm,
he started to take another shop and another shop until it became very big restaurant
mm,
and was of the big names at that time. And when he moved to Saudi Arabia, he brought all his family with him, his brothers, his cousins, and they used to work with him. And this is what I can remember from being in Saudi Arabia. It's
mm.
always us having people in our house and cooking. The table is so long, I think 3 to 4 tables, and lots of people in our house eating food. My father is cooking. My mom, because she tells him all the time, you cook something, I cook another thing. So you have your things, I have mine.
Oh,
So it was like specialty.
did you cook a lot
No,
at
I
all?
was looking always I was looking at them. We used to help, especially when we go to in a
Mm,
visit. We had to help when we go to my grandma house. So everyone should put his hand and should help in the kitchen, in cooking, in cutting vegetables, in cleaning. So it was part of the whole experience. But in Saudi Arabia, or till I became an university, I always remember watching, looking at all these details, and this what also helped me here when sometimes I cook dishes from the memory
mm.
and because of the taste, but not because I know what is the right ingredients in them.
I can
Yeah.
totally connect with this because I never cooked growing up. My mom was a very good like cook and she always cooked with my dad, it's like a dance in the kitchen. But it's funny because I migrated to Australia and then my husband talks about a dish and I just know how to make it. I don't know how, but I think from observing, and I always laugh about this like generation of like female cooking in my in my family, and I think it's just genes. So I totally agree with you. I think you just observe it and you just, without
Yes,
thinking, you know.
you cook the right amount, the right recipe, just from memories, and sometimes your nose just help you to smell all the things and remember or connect with the past.
I think a lot of people know about Middle Eastern food. They bundle it as a big bundle. There are similarities, but of course, there are unique dishes to Syria. So, what do you think about that? Like differentiation between Syrian food and other Middle Eastern food?
Somehow they are similar because we are very close to each other. But for me, it was very important to say that this is Syrian food since I started. Some people told me, you don't need to say Syria. Syria now is going under war and maybe people will not come and they will not taste. Then I was saying, if I don't say Syrian, I will not do it because
Mm.
I'm doing it because it is Syria and we should show that we have a culture, we have food, we have more than skewers and more than hummus. We have the food that you cook at home, and this is what people didn't know anything about. We have our specialties, and they do have also their specialties, which are very delicious. So this is where I came from, and this is what I wanted to share.
Actually, before this interview, I asked AI what are the misconceptions about like the Syrian food, and they said it's a lot about meat.
Mm,
It's everything is meat heavy and it's not
okay.
healthy. Where
Mm.
I grew up, I remember we had lots of vegetarian dishes, like lots. And even when you
Yes,
talk about meat, it's usually you have like stew and you have a small pieces of meat. What do you think about that?
this is right. Yeah, and also we have so many versions of the same dish which has meat. You can cook without the meat, and we just do it with olive oil. So we are countries of meza and all these small things. When we go to any restaurant, we don't look for the main course. We
Yes.
everyone wants to share all the things, all the appetizers inside inside their menu. We just want to eat everything. It's unique, but it's very big. Like it's a big menu with lots of dishes and ingredients.
It reflects the people resourcefulness. The same dish can be cooked in so many different variations, you know. I love what you said about like so many things because you can't go to someone's place for food and you have one dish.
This is part of our hospitality at the beginning where it started because we are very hospitable. We want to share everything, and this is where all these dishes came to our menus and came to our tables.
You mentioned all the flavors, the lemon, the garlic. So if someone hasn't tasted Syrian food, what would you say the main flavors? Would you say these flavors, something else?
Lemon, pomegranate molasses, garlic, onion, coriander. In Damascus, we use coriander a lot with the garlic. I can't buy lemon by kilo. I always buy it by box. Even when I used to buy it for home, I love lemons. I love onions. Lots of onions I use all the time.
What about spices?
Black pepper, white pepper. I could use it for chickens and coriander. I love coriander, even the seeds. And all my spices, I always bring them whole seed and I grind them at my home. So it's always fresh.
Big, best quality.
Clove, nutmeg, yes, paprika. These are the basic things, I think.
But we use lots of spices because I have like a big drawer of spices. And when I cook, I like to use different types. Garlic, onion, you need to have it at your home all the time. I ran out of it. It's like, oh my gosh, what can I do?
Cumin also.
Tahini. Tahini is something I need
Tahini,
to
of
have.
course, yeah. This is part of our cuisine. So pomegranate molasses, tahini,
Yes.
cumin, coriander, garlic, onion, lemon.
Oh, I love that. I love our food. I think one of the best food ever. Resha, tell me if someone listening to us and they wanna pursue a career in like cooking and running events, what's your advice for them?
I think first you have to believe in yourself and put a plan. Maybe put a plan and a dream because you have to start with a plan, a small one even, but also you have to have a dream and look very far to see where are you going. And for me, I don't accept no or give up. As it's not acceptable to say I can't do this because I started from zero. I started when I came here when no one knew anything about me, but I knew what are my strong things. um, Always believe in yourself. Look somewhere and you'll find someone to support. I believe in this. And I believe that since the day one when I started my career and my dream, that there is always someone here for me. Always.
Oh.
Always. Someone go and someone comes instead. Always.
Mm.
At the time when I just wanted someone to come from the door to the kitchen where I work and help me because I'm so tired after working for 3 days, 12 hours every day, but I was still working. Then someone come from the door, say, you need help. And this is where you feel like, okay, I'm doing something good and God is sending me someone to help or karma, let's say.
Mm.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it just shows what a positive person, resilient person you are because it is not easy. And I think some people will see it from like externally and will say, "Oh, like it's easy. Everything has been handed to her," but no. So I think it's such a beautiful story
Wow.
for anyone listening. It is hard migrating to a new country, starting from scratch. But if you have the belief in yourself, if you have a positive attitude, and if you just get at it, I think you can do
Yeah.
it. And what a fabulous story, Rasha.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to share this especially with women, especially from Middle East and Syria, because I felt so like sad when I used to meet some people, and then they say, "Oh, we never go out from this area. We don't want to work because we are afraid." Uh,
Mm,
they feel that they are trapped in a place
mm,
and they can't imagine going outside. And I hope one day that I can make my kitchen a place for Syrian ladies who can cook and share their recipes, their cooking, and
mm.
maybe teach them one day how they can start or at least see what they have inside them, and then they can start to think in a different way.
Oh, I think it's a fabulous goal. I agree with you. I told you like feeling lonely, but I didn't have a community here. So I didn't feel I'm attached to anything. I felt like I'm free. I don't have a
Mm.
suburb I need to live in. I don't have a community to belong to. So I'm free to do my own. And sometimes I look at some immigrants and I feel the need to find a community is so strong that they get them trapped in certain way of
Yes.
thinking in certain
Yes.
locations and they feel they
Yeah.
need to do what everyone else is doing. If I give advice to anyone when you come to a new country, I think you just need to get at it and take a step backward. I think everyone comes with certain expectation like I used to do this job, I need to do it. So it's okay to take a step backward, but then you will catch up very quickly. It's just the most important thing is just getting started, which I think a lot of immigrants can get stuck at this point.
Yeah, and you just need to open your mind to possibilities. Because, as I said, I
Okay.
never thought that I was going, if I was thinking of this, I would study something related to hospitality in Dubai. And this is what I regret. Because
Oh,
I think there will be something really different for me here. I might be like, go to MasterChef, for example.
oh,
If I had this, if I had this experience, what they have, I would go there. So but I say it's never too late. I'm proud of what I'm doing now.
so Risha, what's your future plan when it comes to all of this? What's your dream?
I will have a cooking show one day, or something, yeah, related to this. Maybe I'll go to Syria and do some filming, share some of our Syrian food, and look
Oh,
for
beautiful.
maybe Syrian restaurants. So I hope I'll be doing this. But now I'm trying to focus a little bit on my cooking classes, which I'm starting next month because so many people now are asking about this. It's like a step toward the cooking show.
This is absolutely amazing. Just to end the show, so I'm gonna ask you from scale 0 to 10 in terms of difficulty. So I'm gonna mention a dish, and you just tell me what do you think. Okay, hummus.
Hummus. Eh, difficulty is three to four. Yeah.
Okay, shawarma.
Six.
Six. Fattoush.
Fattoush. It's not difficult, but it takes time. So I'm going to say two.
Yabra.
Yabra. Whoa. 100.
I agree. Fantastic. What's your favorite dish?
Whoa. I love the vegetarian vine leaves. I love حراق
Oh,
إصبعه, and this is specialty of Damascus, and this is what I was trying to promote here, and people loved it. I love
I love
shishbarak
it.
and all the yogurt dishes. Yeah, I like to cook with yogurt.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Rasha, if anyone would like to follow your work, go to one of your events, where can they find you?
So they can find me on Instagram, Racha Syrian Kitchen, or Facebook, also Racha Syrian Kitchen. Also, I have my website, www.rashasyriankitchen.com.
Thanks, Rasha, for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.